Good morning, everyone. I do believe it is, what, April 8th? Could I be right? I don't know. I think it is April 8th. I'm here at shithitfanplan.com. The article came from Doug Lynn at The Toll online. And they fight the law and the law wins is the title of the article. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comfort or comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors. In viewing the daily headlines and reading various online blogs, it appears many of these have converged into discussions on law and rights. Two examples of ongoing national conversations include mass shootings versus the Second Amendment and Special Counsel Robert Mueller's preference for prosecution of process crimes in a bogus election hacking conspiracy over a real investigation into documented corruption at the highest levels of the American government. So that kind of sets the tone for this video. I'm not going to go over the whole article. As I said, it's become rather redundant because most of these articles say the same thing about any given topic. No. I'm not going to tell you to beg for your rights. I'm not going to tell you that obedience to the law is the right thing to do. I'm not going to tell you that listening to guys like Alex Jones regarding Donald Trump is a good thing, because it's not. I'm in the South. I wouldn't call it the deep South, but it's pretty deep. And it's still fucking freezing here. Freezing weather makes me feel like shit. And today I feel like shit. Except all my aches and pains from the work week have gone. And that's a good thing. And because believe me, boy, did I have some fucking aches and pains. Okay. I've been a channel geared towards picking out articles that show the direction we're headed, whether it be on the home front or World War III or the rest of the world. We're all headed to the same place. hell. That's where we're headed. If we're not already there. Which would make total sense if we were all already in hell. But I digress. The guy from Rampage, he's right. 100%. Except for one thing. The ability for all of us to have firearms. We need to get rid of people like George Soros and Bill Gates and Ted Turner and any other of these rich fuckers who would use their money and influence to cause the people harm. These people need to go. They need to go in the worst way. The people like Clintons, they need to go. Go where? To hell would be my preferred place, but you know, a deep dark dungeon of a prison would be a little less than adequate, but still they'd be suffering, and I think that may be better than death. Making these motherfuckers suffer for the decades of fucking over the American people. The banksters, you know, the heads of like Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, and any other Jew-owned bank. They need to be put in these dungeons too. Heads of the Federal Reserve. Look, we're not going to get anywhere pissing, whining, and moaning about what these people are doing. We all know what they're doing. We all know that it's evil. We all tolerate this evil. Who among us is willing to put our bodies and souls into defending the rights, the lives of the people? I am. If a group of people pulled up to my place in a caravan and said to me, "Come on, it's time to go," I wouldn't even have to ask where we were going. I would already know, and I would join. I would join right then, right there. I would get my weapons, my body armor, my gas masks, my anything I needed. I would get it and I would join it. I am ready, willing, and able to give my life in the service of you. In the service of you. But are you willing to give your life? Or are you scared to die? Are you afraid of death? Are you afraid? Don't be afraid. What's there to be afraid of? You were born, right? Everybody dies. Everybody. Nobody gets a pass on death. No. You have to ask yourself, how do I want to die? I don't know. Most people would say something like, I would like to die with my grandchildren and children surrounding me. What a fucking cliche that is. How boring. How boring. I don't want to die like that. I want to die, come back with your shield or on it. That's how I want to die. I want to die on my feet, with my boots on, with my rifle in hand, with my knife bloodied with enemy blood. That's how I want to die. Eric, have you gone off the deep end? Are you going to go out? No, I'm not going to go out and cause a mass shooting or do a mass shooting. I told you before, I'm not one of them fucking people that's going to think for a minute that my one body can do any fucking good. No, it's going to take all of us. Not just me. But I'm willing to be up front. I'm willing to take the first bullet. I'm willing to die first. I'm willing to do it now. I mean, fuck. Let's face it, any of us who smoke cigarettes, we already got one foot in the grave anyway. Then you add to it the other little habits you develop throughout your life, such as drinking coffee and liquor, and I think the only good habit I have is smoking weed. My mother, who didn't raise me, by the way, I raised myself. She hasn't been in my life for more than half of it. And she's going to have the nerve to cast judgment on me because I'm not like a regular person. I don't worship authority. I don't do what I'm told. Not even at work. And you might say, well, Eric, there's your problem. You don't do what you're told at work. But what if the way I do it is better than the way they do it? Should I obey, or should I do it the better way? And these shootings that are happening, how can they be real? When on April Fool's Day, it was revealed the Washington, D.C. permits for the March 24th, 2018 March for Our Lives event were acquired months before the shooting even happened. How many of you are going to call those of us who refuse to turn in our assault weapons criminal and say you deserve to be behind bars because Big Daddy government told us we had to turn in our weapons? How many? How many of them will be gun owners? On April 2nd, Deerfield, Illinois nullified the U.S. Constitution and gave their residents 60 days to turn in their guns or face fines of $1,000 per day per gun. Who's going to come to the defense of these people? When their cowardly law enforcement officers come to their door to physically remove those firearms. Who's going to be there to fire the first shots of the Second American Civil War? Who's going to be there to cut the throats of the aggressors? Who? I bet not a cowardly fucking single militiaman will be there to defend those people. I used to have a lot of respect for servicemen and militia people. But the more I got to know them, and when I lived with them, the more I realized, the more I understood. They are just as bad as the cops and the feds, the FBI people, the fucking ATF people. They worship government. Who is going to defend these people? Who is there to defend the Branch Davidians? Who is there to defend the Weavers? Nobody. Just like nobody will be there to defend these people in Deerfield, Illinois, from having their God-given, not government-given rights violated. So this isn't about obeying the government. This is about right and wrong. Right and wrong. And right says every human being on the planet has the right to have the ability to defend their lives and the lives of their family. Wrong are those, the government, taking these rights through force. It's not like we live in a peaceful world where no home invasions happen, where no robberies happen, where no rapes happen. It's not like we're all holding hands in a circle and singing Kumbaya. We're not. There are people out there who want you and myself and my children and your children fucking dead. And these are the people who are in control. These are the people who are manipulating large portions of the population to be on their side. And you know what? Those large portions should go down with them. Leadership. If you're a leader, you need to lead by example. You need to be out front in the charge. You need to be willing to do what you want your subordinates to do. And I'm willing to do all of those things. I'm willing to die first. We are running out of time. Every passing day that these motherfuckers have any say-so in our lives is a detriment to our lives. Remember, people, that it is documented that they want you dead. Remember, people, that it is engraved in fucking stone in how many different languages? I believe it's 8. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is truly meant to send a message that you are going to fucking die. And you're going to die horrible, shitty deaths because you've been licking the boot of the oppressors. Alex Jones, bootlicking. Paul Joseph Watson, bootlicking. Stefan Molinex, or however you say the fucking name, bootlicking. All of them. Unless you are talking about the complete and total destruction of this government, you are bootlicking. God, Eric, you must be fucking nuts. You know what? You're fucking nuts for putting up with it. It's like staying with an abusive spouse. It gets worse, it gets worse, it gets worse, it gets worse, and then finally the motherfucker kills you. That's exactly what's going on. It's gotten worse, it's gotten worse, it's gotten worse, and there's coming a point in time where they're going to kill you, and me, and my child, and all our children. If you don't believe me, just look at what that fucking cunt, Madeleine Albright, said. It was worth killing 500,000 children. It was worth it. Even though nothing at all got done. But killing those children was fucking worth it. Come on. Do you really think that anything is going to change unless we force the change? Do you really think that they're a loving, caring government that wants the best for you? If you really believe these things, you don't deserve your freedom. You don't deserve your life. I'm going to say this again. I saw the tears of the oppressed, and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors. And we can take that power back. We can take it back. Join me in breaking the chains of our bondage. Join me in a fight. Kill the state before the state kills you.